What makes a person of interest?
All right. So today we're going to be easing into person of interest. And this is I want you to think of this as a system that we've been working on. And the system is we activate our prey drive. We then move to explanation of service. We then move to the selling system, how we attack a day. We then move to follow up. We then move to extraction of referrals out of our current book of business. And we then ultimately want to become people of interest. And the reason this is so critical is because, man, when you become a person of interest, I want you to think of it like this. Instead of you trying to chase and convince people to do business with you, okay, people are actually coming to you and they want to do business with you. So instead of you chasing and trying to convince a person that you're good enough for them, that you have something valuable, the switch is actually flipped. The script is flipped where you are the buyer versus the seller. And this is a very coveted position to be in because people are coming to you and you are doing something that is so valuable that people want to be a part of what you're doing. They see you as a person of advancement. They see you as a person of increase. Okay. They see you as a person that they want to be associated with and involved with. And they're curious. They're curious about what you're doing. They're curious about how you're doing it. They're curious about how you're playing at a higher level. And instead of you having to sell them, they are sold themselves. So they're coming to you going, man, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm watching this lifestyle you're living. I'm watching this increase you're getting. I'm over here at my life and man, I'm looking for something to be involved in. And you look like somebody that man, I would like to be involved with. What are you doing? And so you're starting to be a person of interest. Now, what I want you to think about a person of interest is this. To be a person of interest, Jim Rohn said this, to attract other people, we must become attractive. And that is not in how handsome or beautiful we are. That is in what kind of energy we put out to the marketplace. What kind of message we put out to the marketplace. What kind of beliefs we put out to the marketplace. See, what they're really attracted to is your beliefs. What they're really attracted to do is your momentum. What they're really attracted to is your energy. What they're really attracted to, let's just call it what it is they believe that through you, they will have a better life. Through you, their economics will be better, their health will be better, their whole life will be better through a relationship with you. They want a partnership with you. Okay, I was in Scottsdale, Arizona speaking a few weeks ago, and a young man came up to me and he asked a very simple question. How do I attach myself to you? Because I've only known you for an hour. I've watched you speak for an hour. And man, I know if I know one thing, what I know is that I need to be associated with you. That's person of interest, right? So when you think about this, I want you thinking, how do I have something that is valuable that other people want? Okay, now I'm going to give you a little bit of a formula. I want you to write this down. So number one, we got to find what makes us unique. Okay, we got to find what makes us unique. Okay, we got to package what makes us unique. And we got to sell what makes us unique. We got to find what makes us unique. We got to package what makes us unique. We got to sell what makes us unique. Okay. We got to find what makes us unique. We got to package what makes us unique. We got to sell what makes us unique. Okay. Now, finding what makes us unique, guess where that comes from? It comes from our past. Everything that makes us unique comes from our past experiences, our past education, our past mentors, our past breakdowns, our past breakthroughs. Everything we do comes from our past. Now, our goal is to find this uniqueness about us and then package it. And package it means in something the consumer can feel, touch, taste, smell, right? Find what makes us unique, package what makes us unique, sell what makes us unique. So I want you to think about your past. Your past, what I call stories of origin. Okay, for example, I was raised by a single mom. She used to drop me off at the local baseball field when I was 6 years old. And it was there that I really observed how a good coach can change a person's life. Because of that, I had big revelation. Big revelation. And the revelation is everybody needs a coach in life. At 15 years old, I started speaking. At 18 years old, I started studying Covey. At 22 years old, I became the youngest head coach in Tennessee. For a decade, I learned how to engineer people to perform at a very high frequency. Okay? So I want you to take a minute right now, and I want you to write down the top 4 things that you think have made you unique. Experiences, breakdowns, breakthroughs. Okay? Now, you say, why is this important? This is what makes you special. No two past are the same. Okay? Think about how cool this is. There's 7 billion people on planet Earth. No two people are the same. And you know why? Because they all have different past. They all have different experiences. So when I'm telling my story, and the story is what attracts people to you. See, the story attracts people. When I'm telling my story of origin, what makes me a person of interest is I went from single mom, no money, poverty, right? Being dropped off at a baseball field for hours to boom, where I am today. That's part of your story, becoming a person of interest. See, what I'm doing is, man, I'm inspiring people to say, hey, if I could do this, if I come from where I come from and what I came from, and I can do this, guess what? You can do it too. And I believe every person has the potential and power inside of them. And so what I start doing is I start telling my story of origin. And story of origin has to do with my past, man. At 15 years old, a local dentist took an interest in me. And because he took an interest in me, he taught me how to speak. He taught me a cadence. He taught me a rhythm. I went to a Broyhill Leadership Academy when I was 16 years old. None of the other kids at my school got to go to that. Man, it gave me an advantage. I came home different than other people. Okay? So part of this being a person of interest is learning how to tell the story that you have that makes you unique in the world. Okay. Now I want to fast forward to at some point in the future, you're going to write a book about this story. You're going to be able to tell the story through speaking engagements. You're going to tell it through webinars. You're going to tell it through podcasts. You're going to tell it through interviews. But if you don't have the story package right, then it's not going to compel people to want to join you. What people are buying is they're not buying your products, folks. They're buying you. They're buying your story. They're buying what makes you unique. Okay. And this, until you really understand this, okay, I did an event Saturday night at my lodge, and I had 2 Navy SEALs there. And to listen to their stories, what made it so unique is one literally went to join the Marines because a girl broke up with him and he didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. He went to join the Marines. The Marine wasn't there. The Navy officer was there. The Navy officer convinced him to join the Navy and said, you need to be a SEAL. And he didn't even know how to swim. The dude didn't even know how to swim. he becomes a Navy SEAL and ultimately becomes the Navy SEAL that shot Osama bin Laden as the terrorist. Did everybody see that? He's who they made the movie about ultimately, Zero Dark 30. He was at my house on Saturday night. And so I went back and I was listening to his story, and what makes him such a person of interest is he was this kid from Montana that was a good athlete, that a girl broke up with him because he went to join the Marines. The Marine wasn't there. He joined the Navy, becomes a Navy SEAL. X number of years later, becomes famous for what he did. I mean, it's crazy. That makes him a person of interest. When he walked in the room the other night and people said, that is the Navy SEAL that shot Osama bin Laden, you should have seen people, man. People just flocked to him. People wanted to take pictures with him. People wanted to talk to him. People wanted to be around him. Do you know how easy it is to sell something when you're known like that? When you're famous for something because you've done something that big, right? That is a person of interest. But what makes him interesting is his story makes him interesting. Okay? Now, here's the deal. There was another Navy SEAL there who was cool, but he wasn't the one that shot bin Laden. So although people wanted to talk to him, they didn't want to talk to him like they did the other dude. So what do people of interest do? They do like crazy, ridiculous things in the world. They do something really big, okay? So I call it the journey to voice. So number one, do you know what makes you unique in the world? Have you packaged up what makes you unique? And are you telling the story what makes you unique? Now, here's the good news. We've already gone through an exercise with you that helps you tell this story, and it's called the explanation of service. When you say, this is what I believe, this is why I believe it, this is what I do as a result of my beliefs, this is how I'm doing different than everybody on planet Earth. You see, the reason I'm building greatness factories is because greatness factories give me a platform. Okay, what's going to happen when I have 50 greatness factories around the world? And I could say, man, I believe in structures of exchange. I believe in every city in the world, there should be a greatness factory, that when you make a decision to become great, and I'm the dude who had the guts to do it, man. Everybody see that? Like that elevates me above all the other just coaches that are out there coaching. I'm the founder and creator of the greatness factory. Everybody see that? Okay. Now, so the first part of person of interest is finding what I have that's unique, packaging what I have that's unique, and marketing what I have that's unique. And marketing is distribution of a message. Distribution of a message. Okay? And distribution of a message, and I want to put these into two categories. There is a big difference between branding and marketing. Branding is becoming known, in my opinion. Marketing is distribution of a message. Okay? So if I don't know you, what's the likelihood of me doing business with you? And a lot of people really just don't get this. So a lot of what I do all day, every day is promotional things just to become known. I do a Facebook Live every morning. Okay? And if you follow me on Facebook, you can watch those. Let me tell you something. If you think for 1 second that I just wake up in the morning and go, man, I can't wait to do a Facebook Live. Okay? I do them because I know it gets me in front of 3, 4, 5, 600 people a morning. Does everybody see that? It re-excites my base. I don't feel like doing it. But I'm not an amateur. I'm a professional, and professionals don't listen to their feelings. So it's like, man, I got to suck it up and do this Facebook Live. And many times what I'm talking about is something I'm telling my own self, by the way. I'm telling my own self, man, this is what I need to be doing. I need to be following up better today. I need to be a person of interest today. I need to be doing this today. Okay, so for you, part of this, but when I get on there, I tell stories. If you ever follow me on Instagram or YouTube, I tell stories. This is what I believe. This is why I believe it. This is what I do. This is how I do it different. These are people I've done it for, right? Like I'm just telling stories. Okay, and here's the deal. The people that align with me are very important. Now, when I market, so let me give an example, and I don't know what your version of this is. On March 18th, I'm doing a full day on follow-up. I will spend marketing dollars to market to people, to drive new people into the funnel who do not know me, so that I can become known to those people. And they're only going to pay $57 to come to that event. And that's okay, because what's going to happen is I'm going to feed new people into the cycle. And as I feed new people into the cycle, that's how you become known. So you need more YouTube subscribers. You need more Facebook fans. You need more people following your work. Well, guess what? They're not going to follow it if every time I follow you, you don't have anything to say. Okay. All right. So step one, find it, package it, distribute it. Okay. Step two, figure out what it is that you would consider your primary hard skill. And let me tell you why this is important. People of interest are specialists. They are not generalists. Okay. A generalist makes general money. I want you to think, let's go back to Navy SEALs versus normal Navy people. Okay. So there's military people, and then there's like special ops people, and they're specialists. They're right. And I want you to think you have a primary hard skill. That hard skill has to be used to solve a problem for another person. See, what I figured out at 25 years old is that all of the work I had been doing from 18 to 25, studying the whole person theory, I figured out that other people would pay me a lot more money for that skill. Everybody see that? I had a skill of inner engineering people to win, activating the prey drive in a person. I figured out at 25 years old, man, I have something special. And I can use this specialized skill to solve problems for other people. You have to be able to show this correlation. This is called the fundamental relationship between your skill and it either A, solving a problem for me or presenting an opportunity to me. Your skill can either solve a problem for me or it could, or it provides an opportunity for me that I didn't have access to before. Okay. And if you can't prove to me one of those two things, then you're not going to be a person of interest to me. Okay. Now, let's look at, so when I say hard skill, what do you think I mean? I do not mean, I mean a hard skill. That means your skill solves a problem for someone else. If you can't convince me during your explanation of value that through a relationship with you, you're going to solve a problem for me, then I'm probably not going to continue the relationship. So remember, you're not selling me a product. You're sharing an opportunity to me, or you're solving a problem. What if I'm having a hard time making money and you can show me how I can make money through this system? Does that solve a problem for me? Yes or no? Yeah. If it presents an opportunity to me that I didn't have, okay, now you're valuable. Okay. Think of valuable, very important person of interest, incredibly valuable, must have versus nice to have. Now, let me give an example. This morning, I have some meetings, and there's a new gentleman that wants to join my team. He believes I'm a person of interest and he wants to be on my team. His skill set is tying systems together, meaning as I generate leads, as many as 3,000 every 90 days, he is a specialist at coming in and setting up the call center, the follow-up campaigns, the touches from the call center to make sure the leads are worked appropriately. Let's say Enrique was generating 3,000 leads every 90 days, but he didn't have a good, he didn't sleep well at night because he didn't know, man, are they being called? Are they being worked to 7 to 15 touches? Are they being pushed to something? So he's working hard to generate all these leads, but he don't really know, he don't have a certainty that all the leads are being worked. Well, this little dude comes in and he's like, look, I know exactly how to solve these problems because I've run a $300 million call center before. And here's what I know how to do. I know how to tie all of these systems together, maximize the efficiencies, get all the sales team on the same page, make sure every lead is being worked to its fruition, work with the marketing unit. I mean, it's like a little Navy SEAL, man. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, that dude's valuable. He didn't come in and say, I got a good attitude and I'm going to show up on time. He came in and said, look, you got a problem. You're generating leads that are not getting worked like they should. You're probably losing $1 million a year. If I could solve that problem for you, would it be valuable for you? And the answer is what? Of course it is. That is person of interest. Primary hard skill. Okay. I don't care if the dude can cook. I don't care if he can drive. I don't care what else he can't do. All I know is that he has a very hard skill. So if I ask you today what your hard skill is, what would you tell me? Okay. What would you tell me if money was going to exchange hands? If you were recruiting Coach Burt and you said, I want you to join my team, what do I get when I join your team? What skill, what problem are you going to solve for me? How are you going to enhance my life to a higher frequency? Okay. So when you think about these things, I really want you thinking people of interest. I always think about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise charges 25 million. I don't know how many Mission Impossibles he's been in, like 25, right? How many of you think every time you watch Tom Cruise, you're like, dang, that dude's good, right? He does his own stunts, for God's sakes. Here's the deal. He knows how good he is because he has a very special skill set that he's refined over a long cycle of time that people pay him a lot of money for. Okay. Communication may be your skill set. I was doing an event with John Maxwell once, and I said, well, how much is it going to cost to bring Maxwell in to do this event with me? And they said, well, he's 100,000, but he really likes you, so we're going to give you the friend discount for 80,000. He's 100,000 for an hour, but he really likes you, coach, so we're going to do it for 80,000. And I'm thinking, okay, 80,000 for the hour, not for the year, for the hour. And the only reason he'd be charging 80,000, Pedro, is because he can get it, because somebody's paying it, right or wrong. You know why? Because his communication skills are so good. So for you, if you're struggling making money, it's a good indicator that your skill set is not strong enough. There's a direct correlation in how much money you make and how strong your skills are. Right? So you got to decide, oh, I'm a skilled communicator. Oh, I'm a skilled closer. Oh, I'm a skilled networker. Oh, I'm a skilled, right? I am very skilled at this one thing, okay? I'm a very skilled coach. There's a lot of things I can't do, but when it comes to coaching, I can take a concept, deconstruct it, codify it, package it, and make millions of dollars with it. That's my skill. Everybody see that? Okay, when I get in front of an audience of people, I have a skill of activating prey drive. That's my skill. Now, there's a lot of things I can't do, folks. But that is my number one skill, okay? Now, let's go to the third part of person of interest. And we're going to call this the ingredients of people of interest. The ingredients of people of interest. And the ingredients of people of interest have to do with when I look at you, it's like when you're cooking. There are certain ingredients that people have that make them very attractive. And I'm not talking about how beautiful they are, although I do think how you present makes a difference. I do think how you dress makes a difference. I do think when you're out in public and people see you, it makes a difference. I think all of those things matter. But what I'm saying is there are ingredients that you need, okay? And let's put these into categories. So I want you to write these down. Number one, specific knowledge. Not generic knowledge, specific knowledge. Number two, impeccable skills. And you got to decide what your hard skill is. Number three, incredible prey drive. And you guys know what prey drive is. It's related to every single thing. How you sell, how you follow up, how you close, how you go for the deal, how you go for the kill, right? Number four, contagious confidence. You don't just have a confidence, you have a contagious confidence. Where does that confidence come from? Long obedience in the same direction, hard skill, repetition, role play, testing. Okay. Also, next, likability. You got good energy. You're open. You're inviting. You're friendly. People like you, man. Now, let me ask you a question. Can you be a stone cold killer machine and be likable? Yes or no? You know, the first thing I noticed about Rob O'Neill the other night, that Navy SEAL, he was likable. He's a stone cold killer machine, and that dude had a sense of humor. He laughed, he joked, he was friendly. Like, he was likable, right? So here's the deal. Behind the scenes, I'm a stone cold killer machine, man. but I'm likable. I smile. I'm friendly. I know how to meet and greet people, right? Tim Grover is likable, who wrote Relentless. He's a stone cold killing machine, but he's likable. When you're around him face to face, he's friendly, personable, cares about people. He's likable, right? All the big time people, for the most part, know how to do this. All right, next one, connectivity. Connectivity. In the old days, when I wrote this book, Person of Interest, I wasn't thinking about Instagram. I wasn't thinking about Facebook. I was thinking about just when I meet you, can I connect to you? What I have since learned to believe, and one of my media coaches in New York City told me this, you don't have to be a movie star today to be famous. People have to feel like they can connect to you on Instagram, on YouTube. Okay. My next big play will be to get 20, 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, because that's a place people can watch me every day. Every Facebook video I do goes to YouTube. Every YouTube video people can watch. Next thing you know, they're watching every single day. So connectivity is how accessible and authentic does a person seem? How do I feel like I can relate to him? Like I like this dude. I'm fighting for this dude, right? I want this dude to be one of my friends, right? That goes back to your story of origin. So connectivity. All right. I'm going to give you two more. One, deep networks. I spend a lot of time building networks with big time people, and I could do so much better here, guys. I could do so much better of really adding value to people's lives, of really bringing my A game to people, of really thinking about people and creating unique value for those people. I call it the top 25. I spend time with 25 big time people. I'm nourishing relationships because they bring you new associations. Remember this, you don't need more money, you need more people. Everybody agree? People have the money, folks. You don't need more money, you need more people. And finally, and this may be the most interesting one, a person of interest, is called the free prize. And the free prize is something I get with you that I just can't get anywhere else. It is something that makes you unique. It is something that makes you stand out. It could be your contagious confidence. It could be your energy. It could be, there's something about you, man, that is very appealing to me. It's like, I really like you. Okay. People come in and out of my life. You know, when you coach as many people as I do, people roll in. A lot of people are very transient, meaning they come in for a period of time and then they go on about their life. But there's certain people that come into my life. I'm like, you know what? Something about that dude I really like. Something about that person I really like. They have something special. Now, what is it that they have? Because if people think you're special, what do they want to do? They give you more time. They give you more energy. So you can't sell a person anything until you have their undivided attention, right? So to get their undivided attention, you got to have something they want. Remember this. When I'm trying to partner with big time people, okay, I got to have something they want. So I have figured out that because I know how to do events, I have a team of people, I've got a little machine. A lot of big time people like partner with me because they know I'm reliable. I'm steady. I'm going to show up and deliver. I'll put people in the room. We're going to sell tickets. What do you have that's a free prize? Something unique about you that, man, I go, man, I got to have a relationship with this person because they have something very, very special. Okay. Now, when you take all of those ingredients together and you add them up and you really understand this concept of person of interest, you start asking, what is it that I don't have? What am I missing? What am I lacking? Okay. So let's draw a correlation and I'll take any questions you have. Number one, money don't buy freedom. Skills buys freedom. All people of interest have stone cold killing machine skills. They have a hard primary skill. Number two, they understand that the best known people don't always, the best product don't always win. It's the best known products that win. A big percentage of your time needs to be spent doing one thing, folks: marketing, promoting, branding, becoming known. Each one of you need to write a book. Each one of you need to be on YouTube. Each one of you need to be on Facebook. Each one of you need to be on Instagram. Each one of you need to be doing all these things. Okay. Why? Because if I don't know you, there's very little chance that I'm going to do business with you. Part of being a person of interest is being known. Think of the artist. The artist has got to go on radio shows, television shows. They got to go out and tour. They got to get in front of people, or they're only as good as if they have people to buy their albums, their downloads. This is part of being a person of interest. Final piece, strategic partnerships. In my business, we call it renting other people's audiences. It's where we get a concept. We don't need more money. We need more people. Therefore, we are constantly partnering with people to get in front of their people. We rent their audience. And if you're good enough, people will come over to your audience, right or wrong. This afternoon, I'm doing podcasts. I'm doing speaking engagements, doing all these things to get in front of more people. There is a percentage of those people who will sign up for me to be their coach. There's a percentage of people you talk to that will sign on to be on your team. Okay. What questions do you have about person of interest? If you're serious about this, I think the book is free at my website. All you'd pay is a shipping and handling. People of interest are in the transformation business, man. They're not in the transaction business. They are truly people of advancement. So we got to go to work on ourselves here. We got to work on ourselves so that we are ready to rock and roll, that we are putting something out in the market. People say, dadgummit, I don't know what that dude's doing, but I want to be involved in it. You want to inspire people with what you're doing. You're doing it at such a freakish level that they want to do it too, man. The lifestyle, everything. They want what you have. What questions do you have? We ready to go out and be people of interest today? I am. Yes, you can put the website in the chat.
Coach, can you kind of share with them where you meet? I know you go through like Instagram, YouTube, places like that, but people like barely starting off. Can you give them like a direction of kind of like where to go, you know?
Sure. When you think about this concept, it really goes back to your explanation of service. Once you have a good EOS, then you can begin sharing that through your stories. So what I would encourage a person to do, Enrique, is follow someone who's doing it and observe first how they do it. Okay. Observe. Like if you want to watch me or you, then just watch how I go out and tell stories every day. Follow me in the morning, right? Follow me in the mornings and watch how I tell stories. Watch how I pick a theme. Watch how I stay on that theme for 20 something days. See, me jumping in something without knowing what you're doing may be not a good thing. What I would do first is I would observe. What are they doing? How are they doing it? Look at the top performers on the team. What do they do? How do they use social? How do they use Instagram? Okay. How do they build YouTube? What do they do? How do they do it? You know, like I mentioned Doug Wood before because I've coached, Doug Wood. He's a great storyteller. So what he does a great job telling stories on Instagram. He does a great job selling lifestyle. He does a great job selling that of telling where he used to be versus where he is today. Right. He does a great job of that. And then it's inspiring to you when you're doing it because, man, you want to go, man, if that dude can do it, I can do it, man. So great question.
Can I say something or kind of, okay. And correct me if I'm wrong. So I believe yesterday I asked my team, kind of like, what do you guys need help with? And I got a few things. One was like, of course, building distributors. Another one was like retention in distributors. And then, something else. So I believe what you just said right now has everything to do with that. One, that tells me that the team is not working. If you are out there talking to people, then things are going to happen, maybe not today, but in a couple, if you're constantly talking to people, that's number one. But number two is everything that you just went over right now is in yourself, right. So I connecting with people, the confidence. So if they're doing all these things that you just talked about on a daily basis, then the sales are going to come in, the distributors are going to come in. The building is going to come in. Can you kind of like
Yeah, here's the deal. Yeah, what you're saying is exactly right. Listen, if you become a person of interest to your team, they see you as a person that can help them play at a higher frequency. Okay, like I'm the leader of my team. I meet with my team every day at 8:30 in the morning. I am a person of interest to them. I'm trying to get them up to the level I'm playing at. I want to inspire them. But if they look at me and go, this dude ain't even a person of interest, man. He's not even practicing what he preaches. He don't do what he said, right? Then it gives them a reason not to do it. So I'm very big on what I tell you to do, what I tell you we're going to do, I'm doing. When you see me working the muscle and showing up for things, and they know I do things every day that I don't enjoy doing. They know I do interviews all day long. They know I go and do strategic partnerships. And so what that does is it kind of says, look, I can't give away what I don't possess. I can't give to you what I don't have. If I don't have energy, I can't give you energy. If I don't have confidence, I can't give you confidence. So I'm going to go to work on me. I'm going to activate my prey drive. And in the process, I'm going to help you activate your prey drive. So you just really understand the leader leading from the front and doing what they say they're going to do. Like I prospect every day. I follow up every day. I do things I don't want to do every day. And I want my team to see that. And hopefully that inspires them.
So what you're saying is you are constantly in action, no matter what happens. You're on this calls, you're talking, you're doing everything. So if we relate it to Herbalife, us right here that we're talking, if we are not constantly taking the products, talking to people, showing up with whatever, then the distributors, the customers, the people are not going to have anything to follow if we are not being who we're supposed to be, whatever it is. I'm a workout person. I'm into my fashion stuff. I'm into, the products are my specialty, things like that. If I am not constantly in momentum doing those things, then my followers or the people that are talking to me have nothing to follow. That's so right. Us as individuals is what you're saying is if we are not in action consistently, constantly, momentum, being who we're supposed to be, then the people that we're talking to or connected to us don't have anything to latch onto. It's just like, okay, well, you want to build, you want to recruit, you want to get me on these products, but what are you doing?
100%. 100%. If they see you, and that's just being hypocritical. If I'm telling them to do something I'm not willing to do, I want to be the hardest working person on my team. And I want them to go, dang, this dude inspires me. His work ethic inspires me. His discipline inspires me. Because that's really, I've made a decision to go pro, to leave my amateur desires behind. And what I'm really trying to do is get my team to go pro. And that's hard. It's really hard if they see me not going pro. So every word you say, every action you take, they're watching, man, just like my kids. My 8-month-old son is watching everything I do. My 8-year-old daughter's watching everything I do. They're watching me. And they're seeing, does daddy practice what he preaches? Does he make promises and not keep them? Does he? So I really want to encourage you. The first person you need to worry about is don't leave here and go, oh, well, she needs to be a person of interest. He needs to be a person of interest. What you need to walk out here saying is, man, coach is right. The big time people are people of interest. We aspire to do what they do, to be in the levels they are. Go to work on you. Those ingredients I gave you, go to work on you. Okay. All right, guys, good session this morning. Thank you for being so hungry, coachable. I love coaching you guys, man. I'd take 100 teams like you. So thank you for showing up. I love your hunger. It inspires me to want to do better myself and be a better coach. So let's go out there and let's have a big week, man. Chop wood and carry water. God bless you.
Let's go.